and welcome to Layers of Living Water. I am so honored you are able to join me today. Today we're going to talk about two things we use most every day. One is what we say, and two is toothpaste. Now you may be wondering how the two go together, so stick around and listen, and you'll learn some interesting facts today. The story today goes such as this. There was a girls' camp. They had a lot of girls out there to spend the week together, having a good time out in the middle of the woods. It was a wonderful camp. They were having great days, doing activities all day long, doing many fun things. And in each evening, they would come together, build a big fire in the middle, make a circle. Then they would talk about the day and what the girls had learned to help them grow. Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, on this particular day, the counselor asked the girls, said, I wonder if there's anybody that's had anything that happened today that has affected them significantly. If so, would you share with us? One young lady raised her hand. The counselor said, yes, please share with us. She said, well, I hate to say, but there was one person that had something to say today, and it really hurt my feelings. And I just wanted everybody to know. Not that I want to bring everybody down, but it really hurt me and I felt bad about it. And the counselor said, well, hold on for a minute. She went back to her cabin and got a tube of toothpaste, brought it out to the young lady, handed it to her and said, I wish you would do me a favor. I wish you would squeeze a little bit of that toothpaste out into your hand, and then I'll tell you what to do. Well, you can well imagine the girl was pondering greatly, what was this going to have to do with my feelings being hurt today? Many thoughts went through her mind. Maybe I'll get to put the toothpaste in the person's mouth and swish it around, or who knows what I'll get to do with it. So she squeezed a little bit out and was waiting to see, looking at it in her hand, trying to figure out what exactly she was going to be able to do with it. And the counselor said, now I'd like for you to try to put that toothpaste back into the tube. The girl said, well, that'll be easy. She tried and tried, found it wasn't so easy. She was trying to get that toothpaste to go back in the tube, and it just would not go. So after she had tried and was feeling pretty frustrated, the counselor said to her, do you want to try anything else? And the girl said, well, let me try one more thing. The girl squeezed a little toothpaste more out and thought, if I give more room in the tube, I'll be able to get some more back in. But lo and behold, after she tried and tried, she could not get any toothpaste to go back into the tube. By this time, you can imagine all the girls at the camp were wondering what in the world is going on, and what does that have to do with the one girl being hurt in feelings? The counselor took the tube of toothpaste and looked at the girls and said, young ladies, the toothpaste represents what we say, the words we speak. And once you let them out of your mouth, you're not able to get them back in. The girls sat back for a minute and began to think, and you can well imagine that in life, the words we speak have a lot to do with life. Everybody we interface with on a daily basis, you use words to speak to them. You use words to communicate, whether it's on your job, with your friends, wherever it may be, you use words. Now, words can be used to lift people up. They can be used to help bring compassion to somebody who's having a tough time. And unfortunately, too many times words can bring hurt to people. The counselor began to tell the girls, said, you know, like this toothpaste, once it's out there, you can't get it back in. It becomes a royal big mess, just as the young lady was trying to get the toothpaste back in. So I think what we all need to think about today is stopping for a moment and thinking about our words. For you see, once you spew the words out there, just like the toothpaste was out in the open, now a big royal mess had been created. You could say, oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that. Please forgive me. But the reality is once the words of hurt have come forth out of your mouth, they're out in the atmosphere. There's nothing you can do. So the girls began to look at each other and said, well, yeah, that's really true. And they asked the counselor, said, well, what do we do? And the counselor said, very simple. You need to stop and think about your words before you spew them out of your mouth. Think about how it will affect those that are hearing. Think about what it will do. And think about this for a moment. The words that you say out of your mouth cause people to have thoughts about you. Do you sound intelligently? Do you speak well? Or do you just spew stuff out of your mouth that makes no nonsense? See, words are very powerful. What we do with them has a lot of effect on people. And it has a lot of effect on how people think about us. So those words are very important. She told the girls, the best thing that you can do is just stop for a moment. Before you release the words out of your mouth, take a second and think about, how is this going to affect the hearer? Will this help them? Will this comfort them? Will this bring joy to them? Or will it bring hurt? For if you think about it, before you release those words, you can save yourself and your friends a lot of hurt and pain. You can save yourself a lot of aggravation. Because once it's out there, there's nothing you can do but deal with the repercussions of it. So she began to tell the girls what and how much better their life would be if we just take a moment and think about it. And I know all of you listening today, you've had circumstances where you've said something, and now as soon as you said it, you were, oh, I wish I would not have said that. I see how it hurt that person. I see how it made them feel bad. You can apologize. You can try to take it back. But the reality is, once it's released, the damage has been done. So let's make a pact together today that we're going to take a few moments and stop and think about the words before we release them. Think about what we're going to say. Think about how it's going to affect somebody. So my friend, today and every day for the rest of your life, as you begin to speak, stop. Think about the toothpaste. Think about the mess that was created. And think about the fact you can't take it back. If we will all do this, we can make the world a much better place. For if we'll speak words of encouragement, if we'll speak words that cause people to be happy, if we'll speak words that bring joy, peace, and comfort to people, how much better we all would be. Thank you for listening today. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you share this with your friends. As each week we bring you another story of hope, how we can live our life better, how we can do better, and how we can be much happier in life.